Welcome back to Money Magic Revealed. Today, I am going to tell you about a quick calculation that can really help you to understand how you can be financially free in the future. And I'm also going to do a magic trick for you. So, first, let me tell you about this awesome calculation. It is called the Rule of 72, and it was actually discovered by Albert Einstein himself. So, the Rule of 72 tells you that if you take 72 and divide it by the interest rate that you'll be receiving on your investment, that will give you the number of years it will take your investment to double. So if you can do that, it will tell you, okay, if I get a 10% return, I'm going to be able to double my investment in just over 7 years. That's pretty amazing. Let's say that you've worked really hard to save up $1,000. You can double that in just over 7 years, and you can figure that out easily with the rule of 72. The really fantastic thing about this rule of 72 is it reminds us that our money's not just doubling one time, but if it's 10% interest and your money doubles every 7.2 years, it will continue to double every time from what it was 7 years before. So you deposit $10,000, okay? So you have worked so hard, you have saved every penny that you can all year long, maybe for a couple of years. You get $10,000, you invest it at 10% interest. 7 years later, you have $20,000. Well, just 7 years after that, you'll have $40,000. Then 7 years after that, you have $80,000. So if you continue to leave that money invested, it can grow exponentially. That is really amazing. And that's why compound interest is so fantastic. I've talked to students before who have told me that, well, I save my money. I save it all the time. And I'm like, great. How much money do you have saved? Well, I don't have any money saved now. I spent it eventually. That's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about saving it and investing it for years and years and years, for decades and decades. And that is what's really going to help you to become wealthy. This calculation also reminds us how important it is for us to try to get the highest return or highest interest rate as possible, because life is only going to be so long, right? So we only have so many times that our money can double. So if we invested that same $10,000 at 5% interest, okay, we take 72 divided by 5, it's going to take us about 14 and a half years for it to double at 5%. So we aren't going to have nearly as many opportunities for the money to double, which means we will not have as much money decades later as we would have with 10% interest. So it's really important for us to get the highest return that we possibly can on our money. Well, it's about time that I do another magic trick on this channel. So today I'm going to take this ordinary little lunch bag. It is empty. There's no lunch even inside, unfortunately. But we're going to do a little abracadabra. I'm going to reach inside and make a box of flowers appear. Then I'm going to show you it is still empty. No lunch, nothing inside. But when I reach in again, let's see if I can make my flowers double. Now, this wasn't compound interest this time. It was legit magic, obviously. So then I'm going to show you the bag one more time. Let's see if we can make a final box of flowers up here. We'll say abracadabra, and there we go. So I was able to take this bag and make flowers appear out of thin air and then make them triple. How long would it take you to make your money triple? Come back for more financial tips and magic tricks.